Welcome, my name's Ton and I'm the co-founder of Productivity Me. In this video, we're going to look at how to instantly select a column within Excel. We're going to achieve this by pressing the Control key and the spacebar. So let's get started. I'm going to click and open up Excel, and again we have a little table where, as an example, we might track the quantity sold of a unit. Say we're selling ebooks or something. The price, the revenue, the cost, the profits. We're doing years 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then here in column G, we have a total. Now, in the last video, we looked at selecting a row by pressing the Shift key and the spacebar. That would allow us to instantly select a row. If we want to instantly select a column, we would press the keyboard shortcut Ctrl Spacebar. Ctrl Spacebar will instantly select a column. I'm going to select column D by pressing Ctrl Spacebar. And as we looked at with our last video, if you click the row here and the number of that row, it would select that row. So if we click the column here right above D, it would select that column. So if you want to select a single column, you have at least two options. One is to press Ctrl Spacebar, and the second option would be to take your cursor and click the letter of that individual column. Now, what if you want to select multiple columns? If you want to select multiple columns, there's a couple ways to do that. The first method would be to press the Control key and the spacebar, and then once you've pressed those two keys, you would press and hold the Shift key and then tap your left arrow key or Control Spacebar, your right arrow key. If you wanted to deselect an arrow or deselect a column, we can tell that our current active cell is that of E5. We know that because this cell is in white. We could press the Shift key and the left arrow. That would deselect our rightmost column. If we wanted to then deselect the following column, that of F, we would press Shift left arrow. Now, if on the other hand, we had these columns here selected, and we wanted to deselect column B, because column E here is our active column, then when we press the Shift key and right arrow, it would deselect one column at a time. So a last little trick that I like to use with this Control Spacebar keyboard shortcut is if you have multiple cells highlighted, you can see that we currently have columns D through F highlighted. Then when you press Control Spacebar, it would automatically highlight those individual columns. As we might have been able to discuss in the last video, if we had 3 cells selected going downwards and we press Shift Spacebar, it would select those 3 rows. So I select 4 columns. So actually just select column A through D. We have these cells here selected. So when we press Control Spacebar, it selects those 4 columns. We have 4, maybe 5 rows selected or 5 cells selected. So then when we press Shift Spacebar, it would select those cells. Right, so we're done with this video. In this lesson, we looked at the idea of Control Spacebar, which would allow us to select a row. We looked at the idea of clicking above the column on the little letter, which would allow us to select the row, or we can select multiple cells going from right to left or left to right, and then when we press Control Spacebar, it would select multiple columns. In our next video, we'll look at the idea of selecting an entire worksheet. So if you're interested, check that out in our next video. And as always, thanks for watching.